Hi guys, I'm back with a new microphone, new commentaries, but old recordings. So yeah, it's a battle between Stratege, me, and NedomWolven. Both duel, and yeah, the precaution phase is in, but it isn't going to be long, because we're in the beta era, where the precaution points are very low. Yeah. And apparently he has a night shroud, a very awesome item with rare drop, which gives you a special ability on the unit in which you equipped it, which gives the unit 5-second magic immunity, and that ability has a cooldown of 120 seconds. Yeah, many witches in there. Anyway, the game is starting! And let's see. You're probably going to see a usual opener, 2 raw paws for both, and grabbing the tactical locations. And yeah. Afterwards, I expect. Well, it's Dyra's. The map with the Dyra's crystal in the middle after all, so maybe that one will come into effect at some point. Currently, at Beta Era 3, that crystal gives an AoE healing aura over the whole map, which regenerates 10 HP per second as long as a unit is standing in the middle. Oh, and the aura doesn't does go on every unit. So, if you put a unit in the middle there, both players get a buff. And anyway, you can see that he did something interesting down there, sending 2 artillery squads to the 3 o'clock tactical location and a Streamlord to the 6 o'clock tactical location, which I think gives him a disadvantage, because now I'm trying to interrupt his tactical point capturing, while I already got 2 tactical points, or at least almost. In a few seconds I got 2, and can attack his top right side where he tries to capture the location. But apparently there's a black hide, and DL plus black hide versus DL plus Rawpa is not a very good thing for the guy with the Rawpa. And here we can see basic countering, a blood class getting sent in to take care of the 2 Rawpa squads, with Hole from the Rawpas behind. It should actually be pretty easy and without... Hole was disabled in the precaution phase. Anyway. Let's see. Hey, the Rawpaws got the Night Shroud. 10% armor and 5 seconds magic immunity. The 10 seconds and the 10% armor is obviously the normal passive buff of the armor item itself, not the ability. And that squad of blood class kind of oh, so much damage. 3 squads of enemy Rawpaws are dying to that blood claw. 3 whole squads. Well, 1 squad of Rawpaws on my side died, but yeah, still funny. And he's keeping on sending Rawpaws. Yay! That's not going to end well for him then. The funny thing about blood classes, they got life leech. So when you send them against a Huld, they are most likely coming out with the same HP which they had before, or even more if it was below cap. And he's not doing anything with his units at the bottom. Don't know why. Here, interesting thing, I waited with moving my units away from decapturing, even to that cost the squad 1 unit out of the squad. Because if I had moved them away too early, the whole waiting there would have been useless. It's important to know when you can still keep them there to fulfill their goal, or when you shouldn't do that because they're not going to make it. Yeah. And now the same thing is repeating, just with raw pass and clovers. And at the bottom is a big fight. Let's see how it's going to. Yeah. Sending the. Okay, that battle is won. The microing the triplet away to prevent him from getting harm, and now porting in with both units. Oh, not with both units. Just a little thing, it's always important to know your hotkeys. As you've seen there, I've not clicked on any ability at all. I've always used the hotkeys for that. It just improves your APM so much. And down there you've seen what happens when you forget to activate your autocast. What I mean is, don't use automatic autocast option, activate it in fight, because some abilities don't really like it when you have them on automatic autocast or at autocast at all. You should always know which abilities these are, but hopefully that gets fixed somewhere after the beta, or maybe in the beta. But anyway, you should always know which abilities don't like autocast, and then don't put them on autocast. And as long as they exist, do not use automatic autocast. It's going to lose you so many battles because you didn't use your abilities when you need them, but when the autocast decided it could cast them. So, well, back to the battle at hand. Poor black-eyed squad trying to run away from the raw pass. Should have paid more attention to that. I think the black-eyed was damaged before, because otherwise, yeah, would have been. They got no equip. That's the explanation. And I think they were also damaged. And the game is pretty much over. I've got all 4 I've got 3 tactical locations and 2 victory locations. So all he's got is a stronghold and a tactical location. So now I think, yeah, let's end that fight. I think I'm upgrading tactical location and spawning from the others. Some mismanagement. Usually I would have done that. And there I've used the Wolfen instincts against myself. I tried to teleport with my Dreamlord, but failed. Because Wolfen instincts gives you life leech, a good deal of life leech on the target unit, but it also silences the unit. In other words, while Wolfen instincts is running, you can't use the abilities with that unit. Passives are still active, obviously, and abilities which have been used before you got that buff are also still active, but you can't activate any new ones. And the battle seems like could turn that around again. At least he is trying to get back into the battle. Should have used the more black hides or raw paws there. Would have been beneficial for him. And once again used the Wolfen instincts against myself. The black Amberfangs couldn't teleport away when they needed to. So remember, use the skill when you need it, and not just as a blanket buff, because it could backfire. But it's very strong, so still useful.